Hey you guys, so today's video is going to be a pretty large spring-summer 2024 Sephora haul. Many of you know that I started the year, or I guess basically returning to YouTube after a couple of years, with a very big collective makeup haul. I think it took 3 or 4 videos to get through it. At that time, I was basically restocking my entire makeup collection. I got a lot of really good basics, and I also bought a lot of complexion products for a skin tone I no longer have. I have decided for the foreseeable future, or at least more regularly, to defer to my natural skin tone and stop sunless tanning. I have a whole spiel I'm going to go into in a video that is either already up or is going up soon. Either way, I will link it somewhere. But all that being said, certain complexion products I have will no longer work for me, to include not only foundations and concealers, but blushes, contours, just things that I needed to adjust. Also, I have been trying tons of sunscreen, skin tints, lots of drugstore, like off camera. I am constantly every day playing with new makeup. And also, do not let this haul confuse you. I am absolutely buying lots of drugstore. I just don't have it all organized and put together in one box, so I haven't really had the opportunity to do a haul out of it, but you will be seeing lots of drugstore. Drugstore has gotten so good. So do not think that just because you see a bunch of boozy stuff in this haul that's all you're gonna see in my channel moving forward. Not the case. But as I explained, there are reasons for this, and I love makeup so much it's disgusting. Some of the stuff I have tried, some of it I have not. So let's just get into it, no particular order. First things first is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Highlighting Duo. I picked this up because Ali Andrea, she says it with an accent, so I never know if I'm saying it correctly. I apologize. She's here on YouTube. She's a professional makeup artist in Paris. I'm obsessed with her, and her makeup style is so beautiful. I used to say on my channel all the time that certain makeup looks literally will take my breath away. It's like listening to beautiful music to me, and she has that style of makeup. It just, does something to me. She talked about this on her channel. She said she uses it more as like a finishing powder to impart some really natural luminosity to the skin, as opposed to a full-blown highlighter. You obviously can use this as a highlighter. It's just not gonna be chrome, impactful, crazy. It really does just make your skin look more luminous and glowing from within. I do really like this so far. I definitely need to figure out where it best fits in my routine, but I have no regrets for purchasing this. And for the record, you guys, I haven't bought makeup like this. Like I told you, it's been years since I've really bought makeup and been excited about it, but I haven't bought bougie makeup in a long time, and I always forget how much of a spectacle they make of the presentation. Like, hello, these beautiful little velvet bags. Could you imagine if I actually stored my makeup this way? It's like jewelry. It gets me. I'm a sucker for it, frankly. Also, I cut my hair. In the same video where I'm going to talk about tanning, I'll explain what happened to my hair, but my hair is looking really orange and red and brassy right now. My girl Tori has got to fix me. I over processed it. It's a whole thing. I guess what I'm saying is, like, love me through the bad hair right now. I do like my hair cut, however. I am happy I cut it. It's much healthier. This is the new Fenty Skin Hydra Visor sunscreen. You are supposed to buy the component with the product in it. No, excuse me. Yeah, you buy one component with the product with it in it. What? You buy one component of product, and then you also buy the case. So in other words, it's refillable, which I do enjoy. I was a little annoyed I had to pay an extra $6 just to own this, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do for sustainability. Hello, come out, come see us, come be our friend. So I've never actually tried anything from Fenty Skin. I do want to try the fat water because Nikki LaRose talks so highly of it, and I want to try the body butter because I've heard great things about that. But as I mentioned, I am testing so many sunscreens right now, and I really wanted to give this a fair shot and, you know, throw in my 2 cents. I think this is the lightest shade it comes in. I wore it yesterday. It is beautiful. So this is a tinted moisturizer, mineral SPF of 30. I think this is borderline, not even tinted, like depending on your situation, your preferences, you could easily just treat this like a regular foundation. I found the coverage pretty impressive. I'm still testing it. No final answer on it yet, but at this early stage so far, I do like it. Do I think this is going to beat out all the other sunscreens I'm testing and like rise above them all and be the clear front runner? I don't know. So far, I'm thinking probably not. Doesn't make it a bad product, but is this a need to have if you already are really good with your skincare and sunscreen? Probably not. These are 2 of the, I think, 3 Westman Atelier products I picked up. This is the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in the color Biscuit. I watched a few different Pale Girl YouTube videos, Pale Girl Recommends videos, because It's like a whole thing. It completely changes your makeup game when you drastically get much fairer, lighter skinned than you used to be. And one of the first things that I realized I needed to work on was fixing my contour game. This color is absolutely beautiful. And the actual product itself, like the texture of it is so, it's like this really interesting combination between feeling velvety and creamy, like a very creamy, easily blendable, but once you blend it out, you know, it does sheer itself out because it basically blends itself. The undertone for me is a little yellow, but I would prefer it yellow than orange because, I mean, it's difficult to get fair skin bronzers and contours right. That's what I've learned so far. I will say that this is beautiful. I've been wanting to try Westman Atelier for the longest time. Also, this came with a beautiful little like velvet sachet that I lost. Everything in Westman Atelier's line does that, where they send you like a little bag for it. It's like a purse, like when you buy a nice purse and they give you the dust bag. I don't really understand the point of that. I feel like if they would take those little touches out of the product, it could lower the price point, but I think that's exactly why they don't. They want it to be expensive and luxurious and an experience, and Westman Atelier is giving me that. This is the Westman Atelier Petite Baby Cheeks Blush Stick in the color Petal. I've heard so many people talk about this blush. I've heard Lisa J, I've heard Nikki LaRose, I've heard so many people talk about this color, and I got the mini. I didn't actually mean to get the mini. I thought I got the full size. This color is very beautiful. It's kind of like a peachy pink color. I don't know what I was expecting because it is beautiful. There is no question. But I think I have lipsticks this color. So I probably could have just put this lipstick color on my face and gotten the same effect. But what you are getting out of the Westman Atelier blushes, just like the bronzer, is that kind of incredibly easy to blend velvet cream texture. Like, and it's clean. And Gucci Westman, who is the creator of this brand, is a former makeup artist. So her choices with colors, undertones, much like, you know, the Makeup by Mario's of the world, it's incredible. I'm really excited to get into this line. This is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Skincare Glow Foundation. Mine is in the color 1N95. It's one of the lightest colors. I always get something fair, neutral. If I go to pink, like on the cool tone side of foundations, it makes my existing redness in my skin look worse. I can't go yellow at all. It looks ridiculous. But neutral kind of neutralizes some of the redness in my skin. And once I blend it all out and I'll concealer, it always works. Just, it's hard, okay? Because not every company who says neutral means it. That's something else I've learned in this haul. But this is beautiful. I'm actually wearing it today. It is very lightweight. It's like a liquid. It's not creamy at all. It borderline could have been put in one of those cushion compacts we all love so much. It's glowy. It's got pigmentation, but it is sheer. I think pretty much all the more mature skin, lightweight coverage kind of people would love this. I'm also dry to normal dry skin at this point. So anything hydrating or glowy is exactly what I'm into now. And I've gone completely feral with it. I didn't have the ability to wear glowy stuff when I was more oily. I had to really mattify. But I'm like out of control. I've gone feral. I will walk around looking full-blown greaseball and living my best life now. My husband and daughter are kind of like, ooh, because it gets extreme. But this lends itself nicely to that. The glowy, fresh skin kind of effect is very much so available here. This is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Contour Duo. If you roll the playback, you will see that back in 2019, 2018, I was obsessed with this, and for good reason. The color of the contour shade in here is very beautiful. The formula is amazing. I did pick up the fair shade. Yeah, this is intensity 0.5. I used to use intensity 1. I have used this one time just to test it. The color seemed okay, but I haven't gone very far with it yet. I am glad to have this back in the stash because there is just something, like I said, about the presentation, the whole experience. Like at this point, my makeup collection is just pristine. It's almost like I want my friends to come over and shop my stash and play with my stuff. It's all so good at this point, and having this added to it definitely takes it up a notch. This is one of those products that if you've never tried it, I would be very surprised if you did and somehow did not like it. Everything about it's incredible. I got two eyeshadow palettes from Tom Ford. This is the Sous Sable and Nude Dip. I love 4-pan eyeshadow palettes, like Charlotte Tilbury and Tom Ford are the ones I have the most experience with. I have a lot of Dior eyeshadow palettes I'm checking for, and a lot of Chanel eyeshadow palettes I'm checking for. If you are not a makeup artist, if you are not a makeup blogger, vlogger, if you don't have the type of job that requires you to switch it up eyeshadow wise all the time, I would save your pennies and invest in some of these for quad. It's just exactly what you need. You need only a couple of eyeshadows to do a look, especially if you don't mix it up very much. And Tom Ford, Charlotte Tilbury, their eyeshadows, you have to try them to understand. They're not chalky. They're so smooth. They basically blend themselves. That's why these, I mean, outside of the fact that it's Tom Ford and everything he does is so expensive, but that is essentially why these types of eyeshadow palettes are so expensive, and why to look at them in the pan, they can almost seem underwhelming. You have to experience them. You have to see how they wear on the eyes. You have to see how they blend to fully appreciate it. And for like quick, one and done looks, I do really enjoy something like this. I am actually wearing this sable quad all over my eyes today. And I gotta tell you, pale skin girlies, fair skin girlies, I mean, honestly, I think this would look good on pretty much everyone, but especially fair skin, if you don't like those kind of orange, red, brown transition colors, you would love this because it's actually a very gorgeous peachy pink tone. I think it's stunning. And this one is Nude Dip. From what I can tell, all of these have a more satin, I don't want to say shimmery because that would not be the correct word. They're just more of a satin, softer, like look how, just not do anything. It just, so beautiful. I have seen people create eye looks with this and it just is so beautiful, but I feel like this is a palette that fair skin girlies, fair skin brides, people who just want to add a little bit of emphasis to the eyes but don't want a whole lot of heavy mattes. If you have textured eyelids that you feel more dry, eyeshadows really kind of emphasize that texture. I promise you'll like this. This is absolutely stunning. I want to try this one in particular. I have tried the other one, like I said, but I can't wait to try them and mix them with other eyeshadow palettes and see what I come up with. Let's talk Armani. This is the Armani Perfect Glow Concealer. I'm actually wearing this today as well. I tried to film a chit chat get ready with me testing new makeup thing today, but it was taking me too long and it's my son's birthday. I have stuff to do, but I can tell you so far, I do like this. This is a very, it's not sheer or like light coverage, but it's very skin-like. It's not crazy hydrating and emollient, but it just, if you like the finish and the texture of the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, you will probably like this. And it doesn't require a whole lot, like on me, my skin's dry. Like I said, it almost sets itself and it does have that little bit of luminosity to it. And for me, being the color I am, I lucked out and this is actually correct. It's the number 2. So again, if you're around my skin tone, look at number 2, see what you think. It's actually worked out really well for me. And considering I do almost all my makeup shopping online, it's very risky. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. I am learning that the Luminous Silk line from Armani is probably one of my favorites, especially now, which we'll get into in a minute with the next blush I'm going to tell you about, because the line is so soft. All the products are the perfect mix of pigment and luminosity. It's not shimmery, it's not glittery, it's not velvety. It just really does blend into the skin and sit on your face. Ooh, girl. It just makes your skin look really healthy. I picked up the color Delicate Mauve. That is a big theme you will see in this video. I'm much more drawn when I'm fair skinned to mauve tones, or purple, like purple undertone, lilac undertones. It just works really well on my skin. I do like pink and things like that, but pink with a mauve tint is more or less the vibe. But anyway, this is just, you know, a cream, or excuse me, a liquid blush, super popular on the market. But again, with it being Armani and the Luminous Silk line, like you just get this gorgeous tint with a skin-like finish that blends out into perfection with no effort whatsoever. It's just stunning. I really want a couple more shades in this. Same thing with the other blushes I'm going to talk about, but potentially this is my favorite blush formula, the Armani blushes that I've tried this year. Speaking of Armani blushes, this is the Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the color Amour and the color Desire. I picked these up because apparently these are Sabrina Carpenter's makeup artist's favorite blushes to use in her, and I don't know, I'm just easily influenced. This is more of like a baby pink, not quite baby pink, but like a corally pink. It's so sweet, like it's a very sweet pink. This one, Desire, let me tell you something. If y'all are trying to get that whole sunburn look to your face, I see it's very, very popular, you would probably like this, especially again, if you're close to my skin tone. This truly does look like on my face when it's blended out as if I have a sunburn. It's a little bit red, not too much, but it's like a soft, warm terracotta that, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, this does the sunburn thing. So you can definitely see that at least I didn't buy the same shade of everything. You know how when you go makeup shopping and you end up with 20 of the same exact color everything? I didn't do that this time. This is the Groundwork Blooming Romance palette from Danessa Myricks. I bought the neutral kind of brown version of this when I started my new makeup collection. I wanted this because I do like these rosy pinky tones, and much like what I appreciated about the original Groundwork palette was the combination of the creams and the powders, and the textures of them are so nice. I feel like this color right here, Allure, is gonna be my jam. The brown one I have, or the original Groundwork palette, is just too brown for me now. It's better suited, I think, when I'm tanner. It doesn't really, it's not that it won't work on fair skin, but I just don't find it to be as flattering as something like this will be. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Her packaging is just so exquisite, and oh, this like metal little plate right here. It looks like a purse, doesn't it? Like you put on a strap on your shoulder. This would be a purse. Let's talk Kosas. I picked up 2 of the Kosas micro brow pencils only because me and my brows are having it out right now. I feel like they are constantly either too strong or too soft. I can't figure it out. So I wanted to try teeny tiny little micro pencils and see if that would help my situation. Both of these work on me. I feel like I use the lighter one just to kind of fill it in, and the darker one to draw in the hairs. Speaking of which, the dark one is brown black and the lighter one is medium brown. My favorite brow gel is the Kosas Air Brow, so I felt pretty confident that the brow products in this line would be decent, and I do like these a lot. My only complaint about micro pencils, like for example, I got some of the Patrick Ta ones. I swear the pencil that I started with lasted me 2 weeks, and I don't even do my makeup very much. They just are not long lasting because they're so tiny and you just blow through it. That's my only complaint. But if these end up working for me, then I will complain no more, because that's really all I need at this point. Just work. Do what I want you to do. So I already know this doesn't work. Well, let me take it back. This kind of worked for me when I wore no other makeup, but when I wear it with makeup, it is very yellow. This is the Kosas Revealer Concealer in 2.5. It was way too yellow for the most part, and you can just look at it, I feel, and tell how yellow it is. Also, the formula, I'm not 1,000% sure of. I definitely need to play with it some more, but when I put it on the other day, just testing it out, my eyeshadow and mascara, everything ran all underneath my eye, which typically happens if I'm using a concealer that doesn't dry down or doesn't set. So I don't know if that was the issue, or maybe my eyeshadow was the issue. I just haven't seen this happen to me in a long time. I don't know. This is very creamy. Like, it's easily the creamiest, most moisturizing concealer I think I've ever touched. Like I said, the only downside is it's just not my color. I have the correct color in my Sephora cart right now. And again, I don't know if it was this that caused the eyeshadow mascara issues. I don't know, but I will let you know when I figure it out. And this is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation in the color Light Neutral 140. I'm pretty sure this is going to be too dark for me, just based on the fact that the lighter concealer, oh yeah. Oh, I don't know, maybe this might work. So it's really yellow again. If this won't work for me and I have to get the fair one, I'll give this one to my daughter, because she actually is light and I'm fair. So I have nothing to say on this because I've not tried it yet. I'm bummed about the shade match situation. It is a very orangey yellow almost. Is it oxidizing immediately? I can't tell. I do like the packaging. I don't know. This feels like something I wish I would have bought in person. Usually I'm pretty good about color matching myself just from the descriptions of the shades. But with Kosas, I did a really bad job. They're kind of unusual. My daughter will be happy to have them. This is my first Saie product. I have a couple other Saie products in my online cart right now. I don't know what to make of this brand. I feel like Saie and Kosas to me seem like the same thing. I think the idea is that they're both clean. They're a little more on the affordable side for Sephora. And that's all I know. I don't know anything else about the brand. I know that there are tons of things from Kosas and Saie that people love. So I thought I would try this liquid bronzer. I told you guys it's mostly bronzers and complexion products that I'm on the market for. This I've seen wildly compared to the Makeup by Mario new liquid bronzer thing he has. This is it right here. This is the shade Salt. If I already said that, I can't remember. This is the lightest one. Blends out. Ooh, does blend out really nice. So that, ooh, it's got a really interesting kind of cream to oil. I mean, it's not oily, but it looks like an oil on your skin. It's actually really pretty. Very, very pretty. This I could see being used on like a chill day. And what's so interesting about makeup at this point versus where I was with it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, I had such an all or nothing opinion. Like I'm either wearing it or I'm not. And now I've gotten a lot more persnickety about like, well, this is my glam bronzer and this is my day off bronzer and this is my going to the mall bronzer. Like absolutely ridiculous. They all do serve a purpose though. I think that's why we're seeing so much more of these products on the market is people are kind of feeling the need to have products that look more natural in real life. And in my opinion, some of these products, like for example, let's go ahead and talk about this. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum from Makeup by Mario. I feel like some of these are meant to do the work for you, kind of like these Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes. When you look at a makeup artist and they blend the ever-living-ish out of someone's makeup, it's like you can see it, but you can't. And I feel like some of these products, like this and the Saie one, I feel like that's kind of what they're going for. Outside of the fact that just being a new texture and a new finish, it's like products that do the blending for you. So this is the Makeup by Mario one. I have no idea what I think about this. I've not even used it, but I'm unsure of if it's even gonna work for me because I got the fair shade and like it's literally the same color as my arm. So maybe I should have gone with the light one. It has this kind of option to do the doe foot or you can use the little pump. Dealer's choice. That's the Makeup by Mario, that's to say. Makeup by Mario is a little bit more sheer. A little bit more sheer. And Saie is definitely a little bit more pink undertoned, and this is a little more yellow undertoned. Both of them have a similar look on the skin where it almost looks like an oil, which I feel like in the daytime will lend itself nicely to a natural look. We'll have to see. I'm worried this is another case of something not being the correct color. All right, let's talk about these because everybody's talking about it. These are the Patrick Ta highlighters. In fact, when I first came back to YouTube and I did my makeup haul, I was raving about the duo blushes, the cream and powder blush formula thing. I thought was so cool. And I asked you guys, like, why doesn't he have this in a powder, or excuse me, in a highlighter? And some of you told me that in fact he did try this and it was so bad that he took it away. Something along those lines. These are a little fussy. They're not quite what I was expecting, but I don't dislike it at all. The only thing I will say, you don't need multiple shades of this. I wish I had not gotten two because one of them is perfect. The other one is fine. Like it works for me, but it just wasn't necessary to get both. So I did end up getting Baby, which is the sweetest name. I love this. The branding he did for this, the campaign he did, the promo party is like the most delicious aesthetic ever. And calling a beautiful glittery baby pink something baby, I don't know. It's like it gives it to me. This, the cream, is really not a cream. It's more of a wax, and it actually reminds me of the highlighter that's in the Tom Ford shade and Illuminate that almost nobody ever uses. So you might not even be able to see it. It is a really sweet baby pink. It literally looks like nothing on your skin. And some people are having a hard time with that. Some people feel like that makes this not the best product. I disagree a little bit so far. I change my mind about stuff all the time. This is the one, My Love, that I actually like. I put this on the other day, just testing it when it came in. All I had on at the time was a tinted sunscreen and a eye treatment, a tinted sunscreen eye treatment. And I put this on and I went over to like a window and looked at it and it was just unreal how dewy it makes your skin look. This is not frosty. This is not full pigment. Like, you know how back in 2018, 2019, that was the only measure by which any successful makeup product was measured. Is it pigmented? Like, it's not all you should be looking for, but if you are looking for that, you probably will not like this. And they also are a little fussy. You kind of got to figure out how to use them, how best to apply. There's no point in watching this. You won't be able to see it, but it truly does. If you can figure it out, like if you do the right combination in the right place with the right foundation, whatever, it really does look like you got some Hailey Bieber shit going on. Like, this is Hailey Bieber in a compact. It truly is. I get why some people are not a fan of this. I can say that this is not what I thought it was going to be, but I do also think this is better than what I thought it would be. And I think it, again, lends itself nicely to these type of everyday, more sheer, softer products. So I will do a video testing these out on camera, or testing whatever you guys want me to test out on camera, to be honest with you. I have so much new stuff to test for y'all. Like I said, drugstore, high-end, and there will be a lot of full face trying new makeup videos coming. Hopefully you're excited. But I will throw these in one of those videos if you want. I'll do a dedicated review if you want. Please let me know. This is beautiful. This is the Haus Labs Color Fuse Glossy Blush Balm. So many balms, so many glossy, sheeny, like, we're in such a different place makeup-wise than we were when I left. I say left because that's what it feels like. It feels like I literally have been off the internet for 2 years. But when I left and prior to leaving, I just did not buy makeup like I used to, or like I once did. I got really into body care, skincare, things like that, because actual makeup was so redundant, and if I'd seen it once, I'd seen it 100 times. I don't feel like that's the case anymore. It could be that I have created myself a wonderful little cocoon of content that I consume, and anything outside of it I am blissfully ignorant to. However, for me, it's looking like things are just so much more exciting and interesting, and I love these new textures and formulas. This is the color, if I did not already say, Glassy Hibiscus. Again, it's a mauvey, pinky. Oh, it's so beautiful. It has no smell. I saw Namvo, if you guys ever follow her on Instagram, try these out. Do not buy products because they look good on Namvo, because she has the most perfect skin in the world. And unless you have exactly her skin, you cannot truly appreciate what it's going to look like on you as opposed to what it looks like on her. But I will say she did not hurt the chances of me picking this up by watching her reel that she did. These are such an interesting, it's very similar to the texture of the Patrick's Hall highlighter, to the finish of the Stay and the Mario bronzer. Like, it's just these balmy, glowy, glossy skin finishes. And I think, as I'm learning, it could be easy to do too much of this. You can do too much glowy bronzer, too much glowy blush, and then a highlight on a glowy foundation, and it could look real greasy. It depends on what you're into. I feel like for the average person, popping one or two of these types of products into your everyday existing makeup routine is really going to elevate it and make it look a lot more fresh. And for me, like I said, I'm getting older. That's my goal right now, is getting that fresh face, young thing going, and this is one of the things that's helping me do it. It's a beautiful formula, beautiful color. I would like to try a few more of them. I have two of these. I have two of these Kosas things. Because see, look at it. It says light neutral, light with subtle pink undertones. I can't tell, Kosas. I disagree. This is very yellow. Sucks that I don't like this, or so far I don't think it's going to work, because now I have two of them. This is the Gucci Cheeks and Eyes powder in Silky Rose. I bought this because Alejandra, oh, how cute is this packaging? It's so precious. I love it. Oh, look, you guys, packaging is not the whole reason I will buy something, but I will sit here and admire it for an unusually long amount of time if it's beautiful. And this is so beautiful. So Ali, someone please tell me how to pronounce her name so I don't like butcher it every time. She described this blush as your sweet blush. It just makes you look really sweet, and I would absolutely agree. It's a very pale, ooh, the texture is really nice. Oh, that blended out like nothing. This is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the Petal blush from Westman Atelier, but maybe a little bit softer, like a little bit lighter in tone. It's very similar, but it's beautiful. I've only tried one other Gucci product, and it was their bronzer. It was very much the same thing. I loved the packaging so much, but the bronzer itself, ultimately, I ended up giving to my daughter because it wasn't working for me. But if there are any other Gucci beauty products you guys like, let me know, because the packaging alone is getting me. This is from Westman Atelier. Look how, like, this whole thing where they put everything in little bags, do people actually carry their beauty products around in the little dust bag? I have to know. Oh, this would be like a cute little Christmas ornament. Would it not? Like if you had a glam Christmas tree? Oh my God, I love it. Anyway, this is her lip balm. The Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm in the color, I can't even pronounce this. I think it's Carcione. I don't know. I love this because A, it's a lip balm, like a very beautiful, glossy, sheer lip balm, but it has the most perfect mauve tone to it, which is going to in turn change whatever I put it on top of. So let's say I have a lipstick that's turning a little too nude, it's a little too pink, it's a little too peach. I can put this on it and it will kind of calm it down and get it closer to the undertone that I prefer, which like I said is a purple or something. Oh, this is gorgeous. The texture of it is just incredible. I am becoming a full-blown Westman Atelier stan girl. So if you tried a lot of Westman Atelier and you have favorite products, please let me know which ones and I will grab some post-haste. All right, one thing and then we'll just do lips all at one time because some people just, I don't always watch people's lip combos or lip product videos because I feel like it's such a specific thing that you have to know for sure what it's going to look like on you, and that's not something I can always gather from looking at someone else. Anyway, this is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. If you haven't heard me say so far on my channel that my under eyes and my eyes in general are becoming a pain point for me. I mean, they always have been. In fact, when I first got into makeup, I was so bad at doing eyeshadow on myself versus my clients. It really had me thinking like, well, I just don't think eyeshadow is for me. I just must not be someone who can do eyeshadow. My eye shape is like deep set, hooded, downturned. It's really hard to get them doing what I want them to do. And now they're getting older. I'm drier. There's wrinkles. Like it's becoming an issue. And I've been using the Ulla Henriksen eye cream before I do makeup and I do like it, but Alejandra again said she likes this and highly recommended it. So I'd have to, oh, don't fall. I'd have to keep you posted and let you know what I think about it. What I can tell you is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbi Brown as a makeup primer is one of my favorites. It just wears so beautifully under makeup that I'd be surprised if this one is not going to have the same effect, but a little bit more concentrated under the eye. So stay tuned for more on that. Let's do lip liner. So for Makeup by Mario, I have Lauren and I have Hugh. But I used to date a guy named Hugh, and Hugh is spelled H-U-G-H. And when he would make me mad, which was all the time, I would tell him, you put the in Hugh, like the Anyway, I thought I was so clever. Lauren is very different from something I would normally gravitate to. It's like a deeper berry color, but in my mind, I was like, I'll use this as a lip liner lip balm duo because it is very, very pretty color. And if you just want to like mix up your bold lip game, a bold lip liner with a tinted gloss or a lip oil is a good way to do it without being too heavy. And this color Hue, I wanted when it was out of stock for the longest time, and I don't know if it's lived up to everything I was hoping it would be. It's fine. It kind of reminds me of Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury, but what I do love about Mario's pencils is the formula. They get super sharp and they go on like a friggin' dream. So this is just further adding to my Makeup by Mario lip pencil collection. I don't know if I'm going to be obsessed with either of them, but I went into this with high hopes. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Definer Liner in the color Pink Sand. It's a very like true pink shade. It's right there. So these are like a little similar, but the Lawless one, this is like more of the Makeup by Mario one is a little bit more muted. Lawless is a little bit more like pink, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I forgot this. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Correcting Concealer. I've been using the Cherry Blossom color corrector from Huda all year, and I do like it. It's very nice, but my biggest complaint with that is it's a little dry. This is like very different than the Cherry Blossom in that it's not pink. It's actually like a peachy color, but it does work on me as a color corrector, and it's very hydrating. I actually think I prefer this more than Huda, but Huda certainly served me well for 6 months of this year, and I would recommend it to pretty much anyone. It will come down to, however, what you prefer underneath your eyes, what colors you prefer, but this is now, I think, my favorite. Some lippies, and we're out of here. These are all not exactly the same color, but it's close enough to piss you off. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss in Lavender Sorbet. I picked this up for a similar reason to the Westman Atelier Mauve Lip Balm, because I think this will shift whatever I put on top of it more towards the tone that I am looking for, which is a lavender, purpley. Like my lips, when I have nothing on them, they almost look purple, like a lavender icy purple color. So I think that's why these are more flattering on me. These lavender purpley tones, it just kind of looks more natural, like my actual lip color. There's nothing natural about my lips, I'm aware. You guys know I'm actually gonna go get my lips dissolved and start all over. I haven't told my doctor yet. I don't know how she's gonna feel about it. I don't think she'll have a problem with it, but I never thought I would do that because I'm not a trend setter or follower for that matter. So when everybody was doing it, I was like, I am not dissolving my lips until I think they look stupid. And I'm starting to think they look stupid, so I'm getting them dissolved and starting all over. I don't know what that process is gonna be like. I'm not looking forward to it at all, but it needs to be done. These are the YSL Rouge Per Couture in the colors Tribute Nude and Nude Décolleté. I had to throw away pretty much all my lipsticks when I redid my makeup collection because they were all incredibly expired. And none of them are really my vibe anymore. They're very nude, very brown, which like I said before is not quite what I'm going for. As usual, YSL's packaging is just something to see, my friend. Something to see indeed. So this one is the color Tribute Nude and oh my God, you never felt anything more beautiful in your life than a friggin' YSL lipstick. I've heard a lot of things about Chanel's lipsticks as well. I've never used a Chanel lipstick, so I don't know. But if they can beat YSL out, I would be surprised. And this one is Nude Décolleté. They're very similar. No, they're not. They're a little different. Nude Décolleté is more peach, and this one is more pink. I don't know. We'll figure it out. They're so gorgeous. I just love YSL's packaging. I want some of those YSL candy gloss thingies as well. So if you guys have ever tried any of those that you like, let me know. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. This is the biggest disappointment to me. And I'll tell you why. Makeup by Spencer did a makeup tutorial like 2 years ago, maybe longer, I can't remember. And he used one of these glossy maracuja things from Tarte in it. And I have wanted it ever since. It was such a beautiful color, but neither of these are pulling that way on me. Neither of them look the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, lip products are hard. I really shouldn't have bothered doing any of these lip products online. They're definitely things you have to try in store, but I'm stubborn, so I didn't. Excuse me, come out. Lord. So this is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Pump in the color Primrose. Pretty, and it's pretty sheer, but it's not quite what I was looking for. These type of like melting balm things are friggin' everywhere. I have several of the Makeup by Mario ones, but so many of the lip products I'm seeing right now, if it's not tinted lip balms, it's this. Like I said, everyone is just going crazy for these textures, these glossy, oily, I cannot say that word, balmy textures. Like, it's in everything right now. This one's called Mixed Berries. It's a little bit lighter than this, but neither of them are quite the color I was looking for. I will probably be hunting for a while to find the perfect pale girl pinky nude that's not too brown, not too orange, not too peach, not too pink, not too warm, not too cool. Like, that's how lipstick companies get you. I think they secretly do know the perfect lip color, and they're just never going to release it. That's my conspiracy theory, allegedly. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Please let me know down below what you're interested in, what you picked up lately, any recommendations you have for me, things you want to see me test out. I'm really working hard on trying to get micro content going so you guys can see swatches up close and maybe see short form content around some of this stuff, but it's a setup issue. I can't figure out how to make myself not look like weird on my phone. My phone makes me look very different than I look, on YouTube or in real life. Like, my phone makes me feel bad about myself. I'm like, do I really look like this? Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will catch you in the next one.